Broadcasting live all across this country. This is Home Talk right here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network and the World Wide Web. The man from the Bayou Land and the 2011 Talk Radio Host of the Year, the host of Home Talk USA, the Cajun Contractor, Michael King.
Yay! I'm the Cajun Contractor, Michael King, and this is Home Talk USA. Today's topic is about alternative deck materials. We're going to talk about how to take a wood deck and turn it into a stone deck. My guest today is Bart Stuchell. He's the owner and inventor of the Silca System. He's going to discuss the better way of building a deck. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, Bart's going to be a guest on my radio program on the Biz Talk Radio Network. So, stay tuned. We're going to be back right here at the Home Talk USA workshop. I'm the Cajun man. Y'all come back now, you hear? Yay! We're going to talk about how to take a wood deck and turn it into a stone deck. And my guest today is going to be Bart Stuchell. He is with Silca System. And we want to invite you to tune in just a little later in the show because Bart's going to be giving a demonstration on this innovative technology. Again, my guest here on Home Talk USA is Bart Stuchell with Silca. You are the founder and inventor, right?
Yes,
of
sir.
Silca System.
Yep. Thank you for having me on, Mike.
Now, tell us a little bit about your company, Silca System. I want to explain the history, not the product yet, okay? Give me the history of Silca.
Well, Silca System was founded in 2007. A friend of mine came to me one day and he said, hey, let's go for a ride. So we went over and he put a brick sidewalk down the middle of a deck. And I'm pretty well known for my own creativity and my technical background. And he said, we need to find a better way to do this. I went to a plastic show in Chicago, and I seen a little grate that they store very heavy molds on concrete floors. And I started looking at that and moving that concept out, and we changed the material of it.
Wow.
And it's now 100% a recycled engineered polymer, and developed a Silca grate.
It's basically taking an existing deck and taking an existing deck that can be transformed, and you can turn it into a beautiful stone deck. And I also want to mention, we're not just talking about renovation. We are also talking, this can be done by new construction. But I want to focus right now on the the remodeling part, the renovation part of the deck. What is the system itself?
Silca System is two things. It's a better way to build a deck, we say, and then we're also transforming wood decks to stone decks. There's over 90 million homes in the United States, and most of them all have decks on them. And with that being said, a lot of people are wanting to tear that old rotten boards. They're tired of staining and maintaining and painting those decks, getting the splinters in their foot, or their loved ones, the little kids running and getting splinters in their foot. So we built Silca in such a way that you can adapt it to go down in between the floor joists of the deck, so therefore you have the same threshold height stepping into your house. And again, we'll demonstrate that a little bit later.
Now, what kind of deck flooring material can really be installed with the Silca System, though?
The deck flooring material can be anything you want to put on it. It can be granite, marble, slate, bricks, pavers. And let me just add, there are a couple companies right now in the United States that's taking old kitchen granite countertops, repurposing it and making pavers and putting granite pavers on decks.
Wow. Granite pavers on decks.
Yes.
Wow. What are some of the advantages, though, when using the Silca System?
No maintenance.
Now, no maintenance, because I've been corrected here on this show. Ken, you can't use no maintenance. Right. You can use little maintenance, But never use that term, no maintenance.
Right, and I have too.
I know. You know what I mean.
Exactly. In reality, it's very
You hear
little.
that? I can say no maintenance. Okay? There is something that's no maintenance.
Well, the reality is it's stone. Stone adds value to your house. You might want to high pressure wash it just for your own liking, but there's no staining and painting and all the maintenance that I'm referring to.
Yeah, you know, pressure washing and doing things like that. You're taking a current structure and you're weakening it just to straighten it up again with stringers and the reinforcements, but the grate itself, what makes it?
The grate itself is made in a honeycomb geometry. So you got that geometry strength from the honeycomb perspective, but also it's made from a highly engineered polymer called PCABS. And that is where the strength comes. We actually have a quality control system within the manufacturing plant that manages that. We put 600 pounds on a 4x8 brick before those are shipped out of our plant.
Wow.
So that equates to a lot of weight per square foot, far exceeds any building code.
Yeah, you'd have to have a real serious weight situation on the deck. Yeah.
The number one thing that usually comes up, Michael, is my structure of the deck strong enough to carry the load? The answer is yes, typically, but we have tables on our website, silcasystem.com. They can go to reference that information.
And that's the reinforcement stringers and that you're going to run to the decking system. Again, I want to switch to the new construction, low type of system, but you can actually build it on a new deck, right? So is the construction different? That's what I'm trying to say.
Essentially, the construction is no different. You still have to have the same footings and same thing like that. One point I like to make very loud and clear is the fact that you have an open canvas. You can put any design on a deck that you want.
Hold that thought right there, okay? I got to take a short break, okay? We're talking to Bart Stuchell. He is with a company called Silca, the StoneDeks System. Bart is explaining us a new and an innovative way to install a deck. He calls it the correct way to put in a deck. All right, we're going to take a short break. Don't forget, we're streaming live on the World Wide Web at HomeTalkUSA.com. I'm the Cajun Man from the Bayou Land. I'm the originator, not the duplicator. Please don't accept no substitutions. Man, I was green before green was even cool. Always support your local independent hardware stores and garden centers. Let's pledge to hire of that today. I'm the Cajun Man. Y'all come back now, you hear? Yay! Where can the Silca system actually be used?
It can be used on anything. It can be used on we say deck, dock, balcony, gazebo, ramps. Any elevated surface, it can be used.
It just has multi-use. It can be, we talked about later in the show, we talked about the steps. We talked about putting it on the rooftop. So that was brilliant because it's not just on the deck itself.
Correct.
It's for multi. Why? I mean, did it do by accident, or you kind of like, okay?
Well, the multi-purpose is really the remodel and new construction, because when you have a threshold height issue walking into your house, we wanted to make the grate to be all-encompassing for the contractor out in the field.
Is the system a DIY project, or should it be installed by deck contractor?
It's open. It can be done by a DIY. We had a homemaker in Texas do it for her mom. It's that simple. It can be done by a contractor. It's designed. It's a very simple system. When you go to our website, you'll see the application and how it's done.
Well, now on your website, a little later in the show, we break it down. You actually built the system, a little small version of it, a shrinkable version. But not only did you break it, we built it. You also broke it down.
Yes.
And if you can't build, now I'm talking about new now. If you can't build your frame, well, get a professional deck guy to frame it out.
Yes.
And then you can put the Silca system yourself and save running the boards and or vice versa. If you already have a pre-existing deck, tear the boards off.
Yeah, and again, if a homeowner wants a contractor to put the substructure down, the joist, and they want to put a fancy mosaic on there, but didn't want to pay somebody all that money, but they can cut brick. They can do it themselves.
And again, they can call you, and
Yep.
you got all the technical support, and that basically can help.
Yes.
What about the warranty?
Warranty. Silca System is backed with a 20-year warranty.
20 years.
20-year warranty.
Okay. Is it I guess it's transferable.
Transferable. That's
20
all good.
years?
Yep.
Okay. Walk me through the steps. How's it shipped? Let me back it up. How do I order? How do I go through the steps in placing that order, and then how is it shipped?
Silca System is building a dealer network throughout the United States. We're in the United States as well as Canada and New Zealand. We recommend people to go to our website. We have a dealer tab up there. You punch a dealer to find a dealer near you. And then you can just go from there. We're building a dealer network right now.
And how's it shipped again? Like in a big crate or like that?
We ship it depending on the size of order. Some people have a small porch. We ship that through boxes, through UPS. If it's a large order, we'll ship on a pallet.
And it's like one big puzzle is basically what you're doing, putting that little pieces together.
Yep, and it takes 4 number 9 deck screws, through the Silca grate and attaches to your floor joist.
It's kind of hard. I've been doing this show for quite some time now, and when I see a new, innovative way of technology, I'm very cautious because, Lord, I've seen it all, did it all. And I need to tell my audience, and you're not paying me anything to say this, okay? It has a place, and it can take an existing deck, and because I'm talking on the renovation part, the home improvement part, the renovation type part, is that it takes something and you can really change it to something else that really makes it decorative. It could just change the whole decor to your whole decking system. That's the best way I can explain it.
Many times, Mike, we have people who already have an in-ground patio that want to match that. So architecturally, they want that design to come together. So therefore, they're using the Silca system to match the stone that they have on the ground.
Wow. And again, it's put any type of stone that you want.
Yep. Anything. If you can imagine it, you can pretty much put it on the deck now.
But how's the drainage factor into that? Because you got to get rid of the water. I mean, water gets trapped. I mean, how does it?
Right. Well, the Silca grate has 2-inch honeycomb openings on it, so therefore the water can go through it. There's some applications that people don't want water to get through it, and there's other products unavailable on the market to get water to be directed a different way.
And now let's join the Cajun contractor in the Home Talk workshop with this week's guest.
Now, Bart, you brought us some components that make up the StoneDeks System. Explain what we have here.
Essentially, Mr. King, we have a brand new construction decks that you can put a Silca grate on, or you have a remodel system that we can do. We can talk in more details about that. I brought some components to show you how to do that.
All right. So you can do a new construction.
Yes.
And a remodeling.
Yes.
Of an existing deck.
Yep.
Okay. Now, so what you're telling me is that the Silca system can exactly be installed on a wood deck. That's what we're talking about.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's build a deck.
Yes, let's do that.
Let's start with one that's more common, which is an existing deck.
Yes.
First,
yes.
Okay?
Yep, that's out there.
All right.
Yes. So basically, you have your floor joist. It's existing on your deck. And then if you're going to remodel your deck and you have a threshold height issue stepping up into your home, and you're going to put these thick pavers up on here, and you don't have enough height, what you do is you add a couple stringers on that. The Silca grate was designed with 2 holes on it, so you simply cut off one side of that Silca grate, and then you can install that on that. If you hand me that grate, I'll show you how that goes in.
So this is the Silca grate, right?
This is the Silca grate. It's been cut off.
Okay.
And you simply, after you install your stringers in there, you simply then just drop that down.
Okay, before we put it in there, explain about the grate itself, though, the material, the durability.
Yes, yeah. Silca grate is made from an engineered polymer.
Okay.
It's a PCABS material. It's 100% recycled material.
So Bart, what you're telling me is that we have the frame. You done already removed the boards, right?
Yes.
You're putting the stringer for durability and structural.
Right.
And then basically, once you have I call it a box spring.
Yep.
You just basically do this.
Drop it inside.
Whoa.
And
Okay.
what's unique about this is now you're starting to same elevation that when you took your old decayed boards away, you now start the same elevation. So now you can put whatever thick paver you want. May that be marble, granite, slate, bricks, pavers, whatever you like on your deck, you now can put on there.
Well, I'm going to borrow this just for a second, okay? And so basically, say if this is your material.
Yes.
Now, obviously, it's not cut to fit, but basically what you're doing is this.
Yes. There you got a stone deck.
And then you got a stone deck right here. How do you finish your sides?
Yes. That's what we call that a fascia.
The fascia.
And we'll just for demonstration purposes,
Okay.
I'll show you this here goes right on the front. This is your box beam or your rim joist, they call that. And then you have several options to finish your fascia. You have a composite lumber. If you
Okay.
wish to put your composite on there, that can go on there. Or if you wish to put pavers on there, you can finish with pavers. We glue them on. Is another
Okay.
way,
All right.
or even another way, you can even finish with the stone, as you can see right
I
there.
love this, yeah.
So, and what you do is you glue them on there, and then your paver on top will glue on that. It creates a border. Now you dry lay everything inside it.
And that's what gives it the durability and the strength.
Absolutely.
Decks are pretty costly to build. So you came up with a system with basically little or no maintenance.
Little or no maintenance. And it adds value to your home.
Now, how do you adhere the pavers to the silica grate again now? I'm not too clear on that.
You create this here rim joist, see how it's above your paver? So that creates a border on 3 sides. Typically your house is already above that. So then you'll lay your pavers right on that. Now if you wish to use polymeric sand between your pavers, they have a geotextile fiber blanket. Some people call it a landscape blanket.
That's right.
You put that down, you put your pavers down, you put your polymeric sand in it, and then you'll set that, and now you have a solid patio on an elevated deck.
Yeah. It's the same theory that I have walkway pavers where I go with the sand, you know, and that's basically what we're talking about. It gives it that good bonding.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, I have the deck.
Yep.
Most decks are raised. I need a step. How can we handle the step part of it?
Well, that's the beauty of the Silca grate system is it's very, very flexible. You can cut it with a circular saw, a sawzall, a jigsaw, whatever tool you have on a job, you can saw. And right, you're stepping on one here, Mike.
Oh, okay. So this is like a little sample step.
Yes.
Okay.
And essentially what you have is you got the grates you cut, and then you'll lay the paver down just like the top of a deck.
Same way.
And this here is your riser. You glue that to your riser just like you would the fascia that we talked about a minute ago. And then you'll glue them two together, and that create your step system, which is just gorgeous.
So it's the same framing system, right?
Yes. Yep.
The same framing system. Let's get this correct. Let's move this down a second. And pull this off. I want to show this right quick.
Come on.
Oh, well, just pull it on the side. That's good. Just pull. Oh, that's right. You have it secured.
Yeah, I got it screwed on.
Okay, you have it secured the way you're supposed to.
Yep.
So basically, the grate goes on top of the frame. The same situation.
Yep.
You just lay your pavers down,
Yep.
and then basically you got them together.
Just like that.
Wow.
And again, to remind you that the Silca can be cut in any size that you want to cut it, Michael.
Wow.
It's really a very flexible system to accommodate if you want to make a wider step or narrower step, whatever your needs are.
What type of tools you need for this?
Very simple. As I mentioned, you can use a sawzall, circular saw, jigsaw, any saw that you have on the job, a table saw. It makes it very easy to use.
This might be an out-of-the-box question, but can the Silca system be installed on a rooftop?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We actually have
Wow.
installations in Washington, D.C.
Wow. Well, my friend, I need to tell you, this is the way to build a deck. There's an alternative,
Yes.
and the Silca system is an alternative.
It's a very good option.
Well, that about does it, Bart. I want to thank you for being our guest here on Home Talk USA.
Thank you for having me, Michael.
Give us that website one more time.
SilcaSystem.com. SILCA System.com.
All right, I can see why the Silca system is one of the most innovative deck systems out there. Thank you again, my friend. All right, that about does it for another week of Home Talk USA. I am the Cajun Man. I am the originator, not the duplicator. Till next week, bon oui le Jean. Yay! I'll come back next week, you hear?
Home Talk with the Cajun Contractor is brought to you by Green Bay Decking, manufacturers of composite deck and rail systems, innovation for the future, and Air King, manufacturers of quality ventilation products. For more comfortable living, there's only one name to consider: Air King. To be considered as a guest on Home Talk, send an email to Michael with your product, subject matter, and how it can benefit the end user. If you would like to advertise on Home Talk, contact Anthony Ellis toll-free at 855-785-0222. Check out the Home Talk website at www.hometalkusa.com. And don't forget to catch the Home Talk radio show with the Cajun Contractor on the Biz Talk Radio Network. You can also email us here at Home Talk with your comments, questions, and suggestions at CajunContractor@yahoo.com.